welcome back to the bench. Well, the outside bench, or we'll work on that. But mediocre modeler here, and I like to build stuff. But well, okay. All I want to do is work on a model. I want to build a model, and so I got to do this. I guess you need a little bit more explanation. Let's begin at the beginning. Okay, so mediocre modeler rule is if it's stinky or dirty, do it in the shed. Okay? It always starts the same. I want to build a model, but not just any model. I want to build this model. This model is the model of the Battlestar Galactica Launch Bay, the new style. But it's also the background for my new media channel, Media and More.
Oh, by the way, I started a new web show. It's called Media and More. It's about everything that's not like model related, like movies and toys and video games and anything else that's sci-fi. So just know that, I'll be doing both now. Okay, thanks. Bye.
But in order to get this going, this portion right here, right along there, is cut a bit long. And it's based on the way I was going to display it, but I'm not going to display it that way now. So what I need to do is I need to cut it right along there. Got it? Okay. In order to cut it, I need power out here in the shed because it's unpowered. Well, it was before I wired it. But in order to get power out here, I have to run an extension cord from here all the way and plug it in right there. Definitely had to clean up all the mouse poop because, no offense to people who have mice as pets. I'm sure they're really nice animals to have, but actually, they walk around and they poop when they walk and they leave little trails, and that's really kind of disgusting. It's the region for the Black Plague, and who wants that? And you don't want to track the mouse poop into the house on your brand new carpet on the bottom of your shoes, so you got to get it all vacuumed up. Got the electricity run, and now we got light. Now we have power. Now we just got to cut the piece. But maybe you might want to look at the kit a little bit further before we go forward. Okay, this model is BMMC, before the Mediocre Modeler channel. And so I was just building it straight up. Luckily, I had the presence of mind to save some of the pieces, and this is what it's supposed to look like beforehand, which explains why this piece was so long, because it's supposed to represent the doors when they're down. So we've got 4 bays, technically, but you have like a workspace here in this area. You have a gantry, a walkway here, and then there's this back piece that goes, it's a back wall. I have taken a little bit of creative license with this. I put in a railing because it just didn't feel right to have this upper catwalk without there being a railing. That just didn't make sense to me. So where are we now? I already have a couple of Vipers built from the hold on. I already have some models already built, and those were built from these kits here. The Mobius 1/72 scale. You get 2 complete models in there, so in total I have 6 Vipers, which will fill this out rather nicely, because in theory I could have 2 per bay and still have some extra space. The other nice thing is it is 1/72 scale, and so I can use aircraft ground crew and figures to fill in the rest of the model. So the problem we have now is 90% of this is painted already. We do have these door pieces here that need to be, and the launch bay doors. You know, so if it were down, it would be like that, or that's how it's represented, right? Boom, boom, boom. I plan on having them in the up or closed positions. Also have a few hatchways that I haven't put together or put in place. One goes there, and I'm not sure where the other one goes. I think it goes here, but we'll find that. Now this piping, I don't think I can't remember if this came with it or not, but it's the right size to fill in here and there. I might run it along the back portion of that in the kit. But the problem, the problem we have at the moment is these unpainted pieces. How are we going to get these unpainted pieces to match this, since I know I didn't write down anywhere what these colors were? And I don't like these being down because you don't get the detail. You would go through all the trouble of having these detailed. Why not have them up? So what do you do?
We do what we always do. We get creative. So here's our options. Since these pieces are already separate, it's going to be easy to paint these. So what we're going to do, so if I scroll my brain back, how would I have painted it back then? What I would have done, since the overwhelming majority of the pieces, I have a lot of pieces, the framework of this kit, I would not have used the Tamiya paint or airbrushed it. I'd have gotten a big can of primer. And so my assumption is it's going to be something like this. So what we can do is we can test paint with this, match the color, and see if it matches. If it doesn't, then all we have to do is go on ahead and paint the door pieces that we have, mask off the one that's glued down, and paint it. Easy peasy. That's not a big deal. Keep in mind that when I got this kit, the only reference that I had for what this was supposed to look like is this. All right. So I did my research and figured out what the layout of the floor looked like. That's where you have the dark red and yellow lines. Went on the internet and I found a couple of pictures, and that's what I used as my reference for my floor layout. Now, also, this one bar, that one bar looks like it's supposed to go all the way back and connect and hold up that back wall. And I know I wasn't missing any pieces. And the two problems I have with that piece is, if you look at it, the resin has warped, so it's been off to the side a little bit, and it doesn't actually go all the way back to where it would hold that wall up, and I kind of need it to. So again, we're going to get creative, and we're going to put a couple of posts in there that hopefully will look like they belong, and maybe some pipe work. See, I'm thinking maybe I could run my piping through there, and that way the piping looks, it'll hold it in place and it looks like it runs across there. There's a lot of things to do, a lot of things to figure out. But the first thing we're going to do, we're going to lay down some paint.
Okay, this is what we got. We got two different colors. One came out dark. The other came out light. So neither one of these match exactly. Actually, neither one of them actually come close. So, but I do like the dark better. So we're gonna go with the dark color. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, we need to, I need to cut this down, and I wanted to maintain a little bit of a lip there. So I'm gonna use this as a guide. I keep right here. Come to the other side. Now I need to get my straight edge, connect those lines, and that's my cut. Should be straight. Should be. Okay, so we used to take a little off the top. The funny thing is now that I've got it cut down to size, and I like this size a lot better, it still sticks out from a little bit from where I'm going to put it. So this might be a good time to decide if we're going to put cut our corners. Really doing Galactica. That might be a bit much. That might be a bit aggressive. But it might work. Nah. See, this side will work. Yeah, this side's a little far away. I'm gonna have to do some math over there. But that's not what we're here for. We are here to mask. So I did see where I've got these little supposed to be piping, and I couldn't remember whether this came with the kit or not. And I've got one glued down there, so they go like right along there like that. One's gonna go there, one's gonna go there. If I don't lose them. And then what we're going to do is we're also our hatchways. I need to decide whether my hatchways are going to be this red or we're going to go dark like this. I think we're going to go with the dark red because dark red makes sense to me for the big doorways, but the dark gray might be canon. We're going to have to investigate that. So we're just going to do some taping. Schmutz removal there. I really like this green masking tape, the green and the blue. It's got a little bit more stick-to-itiveness. It doesn't leach glue underneath. The good tape for the rest of this to prevent the overspray. We use the cheap stuff. Happy now? Okay. Do some paint. While we're waiting for the paint to dry on that, let's pop this bad boy open and see what we've got. Box art, identical basically front and back, 2 kits per box. If you didn't get what I was talking about cutting corners, I hope you do now. Okay? Yeah. So you've got upper and lower. It's going to be engines. Yeah, it's going to be the engines. And the stand. Okay. Stand are pretty straightforward. Little triangular base with a little arch. Nothing fantastic there. Okay. Did not see a decal sheet. Granted, the decals on this thing would be really small because you've only got that, and the nose number. But at least they're used. She's an empty boss. Okay. Ah, I missed them. There they are. Okay. I should know better. Cool. I know you were probably yelling at me. There they are. You threw them away. So, what we might do. 1/72 scale. I have 72nd scale. Tote. Get in there. And so, there you are. There's your pilot right there. And there's his arm. And it's on the joystick. And that's really small. Luckily today I went over to the house. Where is it? And I brought this. This is my 1/72 scale stuff. So let's see what we got in here that we can work with. Barrels. See? Barrels. Definitely. See? Well, I guess they're about the same. This is actually a tank. have to sci-fi that up and make that sound for you. There's not much here. As a matter of fact, the 1/72nd scale treads for this tank are missing. That is not 1/72nd scale, but I know exactly what that is. That is the stretcher for the mash chopper. Alright, let's unwrap this thing and see how we did. It's like Christmas morning. Well, I guess that depends. And if you like the present you got, and I think I do. Yeah, alright. Pull a little bit of stuff off there. Upside to this greens tape is it does stick really well, but the downside is sometimes it pulls off the little chips of paper where you don't want it to. So, but we can cover that up with weathering. Well, see, that looks pretty good. Yeah. Even this knife. Alright. That looks pretty good. That right now. Oops. Okay, this is the very thin, super thin glue. Don't like using. I need to get some more glue. And it went right where it was supposed to. We're not going to mess with that until we get some better glue. That kind of puts us in a pickle. Alright, so well, I guess we're kind of stuck until we get some more glue. Stuck. Glue. Anyway.
I set myself rules to follow to maintain a level of consistency. The rule is use what you got. Well, in this particular case, what I got is not the thing I need to be using. That super thin CA glue, it's great if you need it to wick into very small spaces, but if you're trying to do a controlled glue build, you are, I said, I'm playing with fire because I'm going to get it everywhere. I'm going to have fingerprints on everything. it just won't turn out well. And then also after looking in my 1/72nd block, I thought apparently I don't build a whole lot in 1/72nd scale. I thought I had more in there, like in the way of figures, because I typically don't. If I get a model and I scratch building it for something else, when I'm done, anything extra I cut off the tree and I put it somewhere. You know, I know I have a little box that has nothing but figures, but they're all over. They're 132nd, 148th. They're just they're. So I need to research like maybe some 3D files that I can find for garage equipment or flight deck equipment in 1/72nd scale, or maybe scrounge eBay and see if I can find something there, some lots. There's 1/72nd armor lot. Because at the end of the day, that's we're going somewhere. We're gonna build this. Also have the Viper kits to build. And those are straightforward build. There's nothing fancy there. So we'll probably get those built. Well, I'll probably build those off camera. So the next time you see me. Okay. How about this? Maybe I'll just film myself building. It'll be just a quick time lapse. That way you can see it. I don't know. I'm making this up as I go along. But let me just say this. We all have an Eeyore in our head. And that Eeyore is like, it's not gonna work. You're never gonna get done. No one's gonna like it. Don't listen to the Eeyore in your head. And here's why. Because at least if you get started and you mess it up, now you have something to do. You can't mess up if you don't get started. So anyway, that sounds like a good segue for you. You can get started. You can get started and go out and go build something. I'm always willing to look and see what you got going, so share and don't forget to like and subscribe and all that good social media stuff. But until next time, have fun, be safe, and go build something. Pew 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 pew.